what I care about is you guys doing well, which is why I spend so much time thinking about how to make your lives better. So if you haven't already done it, download the free self-help books that I made, Fix the World and Sci-Vive. They're at t.me/Sci-Vive. There's a very nice lady named A Wild SJ who's actually read the audiobook on YouTube, and you could just listen to her read the whole book to you. How awesome is that? You know, her and some other people also did a rendition of the oral arguments at the motion to dismiss trial with the SEC. I think it's cool that we've got a community member that cares so much that out of the kindness of her heart, she's reading things to you. That's very nice. You know, some people have drives. They don't have the time to read. They've got hard lives that they have to work. One, shout out to Wild SJ. Thanks for reading all those cool things.
What's going on? Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. It is Monday. Well, before we get, into what I'm doing today, let's take a breath together. Let's take a moment to just slow down, take a deep breath, smile. Just all these little things, can really make or break your day. I learned, I knew this from just having practiced it myself, and was reminded of it in Sci-Vive. Psychologically, when you smile, your countenance, like your spirits are lifted because of just that action of smiling triggers your brain into happy thoughts. It's like, oh, we're smiling. Let's lift up the vibration. So just wanted to begin there because I feel like we so often forget to just take moments to ourselves. I wanted to just do a quick little unboxing video. I mentioned on X when I posted about this stream that I envision a future where we will be able to trade and exchange and buy and sell items from each other within the community. And I'm really hopeful. I've tried a few different times, and there was someone else back in the day who had also kind of tried to do this, to create like an ongoing list of the people in our community that provide services or sell items that you might be interested in, or, are tradesmen, right, and skills that you might need and who may or may not live somewhere near you, right? I think that it would be a grand idea if someone could start, and it's something that I've kind of looked into doing, but amongst the plate of mine, which is full, it's kind of been on the back burner. So I'm throwing that idea out into the universe. If any of you out there have the time, energy, or bandwidth to start this, start creating a, almost like a yellow, age myself here, the yellow pages of our community, right? Like, this is this is a perfect example, because these are all items that I've bought elsewhere in the past, would probably buy somewhere else in the future, but I don't have to go outside of our community because we have Lindsay of Vibra Farms, who is creating these wonderful products for me to utilize. And sorry, something just fell in the front of my bus and I don't know what it was. Okay. Anyways, moving right along. There was something else I was going to do. Hold on. Hold that thought. I have the links to her store and her website. Those are in the description of this video. You can find them. I can't remember what I was going to do. All right. That's all right. So let's just get to the unboxing. And I love just Lindsay. Thank you so much. I'm so stoked about this. Oh, I remember now. I was going to look for my code. I've got a code that she hath provided for me, since I am doing this anyways. Let me see if I can find this. So that in case you would like Okay, I'm pretty sure. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Link for me to shill. All right, so I'll have some link to shill at some point about this, because if you're like me, which is probably not many of you, because this might be a woman heavy type thing, but there's plenty of different products to go around. So one of the things I was going to say is I'll never forget, in September of 2022, I want to say, it was the PulseCon, right? And the not affiliated with me Pulse conference that happened in September. And we had the Golf Masters. Kaylin put on that first Golf Masters tournament that year. And there was a moment where there was a bunch of us ladies. We were all together in one of at a house, kind of helping out, doing things, getting ready for the Pulse Masters golf tournament. And there was one moment where we had like these gift bags that were gifted to us, and they had all these different items in them. And if I'm remembering correctly, at that time I got a lip balm, which I still have. I'm trying to see if I can see it, like if I have it like real close, but I loved it because it's called Truth Balm, which is like a play on words, right? And it was just really well constructed, right? Like, it was a wonderful lip balm, and it had the Pulse Chain logo on it and pulsechain.com on it. And it was something that Lindsay of Vibra Farms had done. And I just loved that. Like, how cool is it to be able to utilize your skills and, come out with a product and promote our chain at the same time. I'm over the moon about, all this kind of stuff. So ever since then, I've just loved everything Lindsay does with all of her homemade products and stuff. She has this awesome like sourdough starter thing for kids. It's wonderful. So definitely check out the Vibra Finance or the Vibra Farms website, which is down below. So we'll start with, she also gave me some notes that I want to share about all of these products. So clean. So I'm just going to start by reading a couple things to just kind of give you an idea of why I love this stuff. So if you didn't know this by now, I'm a total hippie at heart, right? Like, I try to buy things that are sustainable. I grow my own food. I hug trees. It's just who I am. And Lindsay's products are all clean, simple ingredients. Everything's recognizable. Like, they're literally, everything is listed on here as to what it is. And it's like, okay, well, I know what that is, and I know what that is, right? There's no synthetic fragrances. There's no toxicity in them, no preservatives, no parabens, right? And like, I care about that kind of stuff. I don't like putting things on or in my body that are toxic, which a lot of makeup and a lot of this kind of like foundation and like, there's aluminum in a lot of deodorant and things like that. So it's exciting to me that I get to promote and be a part of, a group of people who are also cognizant about that kind of stuff, right? I love this. She says it's rustic and regenerative vibes, which is super true. These are all crafted on a small farm that believes in soil health and slow beauty. Super, super important, right? So they're not going to be using any kind of pesticides, right? In terms of like these toxic pesticides that are getting all up in our bodies. They're luxury in terms of the quality of these, but they're at a price point where you're paying to support a small farm, right? So it feels like a luxury, like a way more expensive item that you're getting for a accessible price. And then I love this too. Supporting Vibra Farm means you're supporting a women-led homesteading business. Every sale helps to grow a dream rooted in land, love, and legacy. So super cool. I'm going to read a little bit more about some of these things. So here's the first thing I'm going to unbox is this lip balm. It is a tallow and beet lip balm. Tallow, beet, and there's like 2 other ingredients, but I think the pen got kind of messed up, so I can't read them. But let's try it out. So here, this is tallow and beet lip balm, right? And I like that it has a little bit of like color from the beet. That's super cool. And I'm just gonna push. It's like a push pop. So just push it. Oh, there you go. Push it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna apply a little bit of that right there. I love it. It feels silky smooth. And that's what I'm looking for. Tallow, man. That's so cool. A lot of people avoid tallow because of the smell or, you know, different things, but this smells great. This actually smells to me like coconut butter, which there is coconut butter in it. Yeah. I was like, I get coconut butter smells, and I can see in the ingredients now. There's one ingredient I can't read, but it does say cocoa butter. So we got tallow, beet, something I can't read, in cocoa butter. But lovely, super wonderful. Thank you so much, Lindsay. This one. Very nice. And look, I mean, that's a big size. Like let me see. I should bring up her website. Let's do that too. Ding, 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 ding. Share screen. Tab. Share. Let me see. Okay, cool. So now you can see me and you can see this wonderful thing. Shop. I'm going to see if I know some of the items she sent me are kind of experimental and may or may not be on her site yet. But let's look at, there she is. There she is. Yeah, so like the lip balm's not on here, right? But is probably a product that she, you know, wants me to try out, get my feedback so she can, you know, small batch mass produce it, and get it sent out. So there's one thing. We'll go back to the home page until I get to one of these other products here. There we go. Love it. All right. And then, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the cap back on this. See if I push it down a little bit. Okay. Very cool. All right. Next. Lovely. This is super cool. I love this especially because I don't ever use sunblock. Some people may be upset about that. Deal with it. I've never used sunblock in all my life, and I just don't think it's really that good for you. My face kind of goes to show that. I have sunspots, you know, but I'd rather have sunspots than have chemicals on my body. So this is a tallow sun balm, 30-minute. So it's like I think that says, I can't tell if that's a 30 or an 80. So Lindsay, my one critique for you so far is, and I know that your packaging is going to be different and it's going to look much more professional, but it's a little hard to read some of these things that you sent. So tallow, zinc, raspberry seed oil, something else, seed oil, shea butter, honey wax, and arrowroot. So that's all that's in here. And this is a tallow sun balm. Super cool. There actually, I remember now, there was a little note on this. So, so yeah, natural. This is a natural sun protection. It's infused with natural ingredients that help shield your skin from the sun. No chemical sunscreen filters. Scum screen. That's what I should call it. Just nature doing what it does best. A scent that calms both skin and mind. I don't have the best sense of smell, so I'm probably not the best in terms of smell. The good thing is it doesn't smell bad. Right? There's definitely no terrible smell. And, you know, to be honest with you, this will last me a very long time, because see how I'm doing this here? That's probably about as much sunblock as you'll ever see me put on, is just along my face here, on these ridges, because that's where the sun usually hits the most. So very cool. And it doesn't feel too greasy. You know, a lot of sunblock, it just has that really greasy or oily feel, and it doesn't doesn't really set into your skin, right? So love the feel of this. Love You know, to me, it doesn't smell like anything at all, which is better than it smelling like tallow. Like a lot of I've smelled some tallow products where it just smells like grass or like something not good. But that's lovely. So, okay, what else have we got here? What else? Ooh, so very cool. So that's the tallow, which is a sunblock, and then, or sun balm, which I like even better. And let me just see, let's go back to the shop and see if there was anything on that one here. And I'm just going to keep the shop up. Hopefully you guys, I think you can see the tab. So this is in the description. It's vibrafarm.com/shop. So here we go. This first product you see here, the deodorant, Blue Tansy grass-fed tallow deodorant from Vibra Farm. So let me open this up. So lovely packaging, right? Easy little twist off cap. And then we've got the protective seal cover here. And that's how, ooh, that's really nice. It's like it almost smells like sea, like the sea. So arrowroot, sodium baking soda, coconut oil, Blue Tansy, and grass-fed beef tallow. This smells so good, you guys. It's like clean and fresh, and I'm putting it on my pits. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Let's see. This is probably too much, actually. I'm going to take a little bit off because a lot of times a lot of this, a little bit goes a long way. So see, I'm just like, that's probably about a dime size little ball of it, and I just rubbed it on both hands, and now I'm going to real life action here. Rubbing deodorant on my pits. On both sides. And I'm going to wear this all day, and we'll see how that goes. But it feels good. The deodorant I use right now is also a natural deodorant. Again, of course, I don't have it near me or with me. But I'm always looking for a good alternative deodorant because sometimes they don't last very long. I got a little more on. So yeah, I'm gonna test this out and we'll see how long it lasts for me. If I feel like it lasts all day, super cool. If you need to reapply it, sometimes you'll need to do that. But so far, so good. And I really like the smell. It's very chill. I don't even know what was it? What did I say this was? Blue Tansy. That's got to be like a flower or something, right? We'll find out. Very cool. So that was wonderful. So deodorant out the way. What else do we have here? Oh, interesting. Hold on. So face cream. Let's see what other info we have here. Grass-fed tallow hand cream. Okay, so I used the deodorant already. And then I have a hand cream and a face cream. And let's see. Okay, so this is the directions for, I'm curious about the face cream. Apply a pea-sized amount to a cleansed face. Gently massaging into skin under the eye. Avoid direct contact with the eyes. Store in a cool environment away from direct sunlight. For external use only. Very cool. Well, here's what I'm not going to put this on because I already put the sun balm on my face. So I'm going to leave this one for later. I'll probably like apply it at night, right? Wash my face and then apply some of this at night and just let it do its magic while I'm sleeping. Right. And this is, she said pea-sized, right? So again, a little bit is going to go a long way. And I think the deodorant I saw, it's $33. Yeah. And then, so this face cream, $65. And again, like this is probably going to last me months, right? If I'm just using a pea-sized amount of this nightly, that is going to last quite some time. And then I have a hand cream here. So let me see. Hand repair cream. Yeah. So this is the $40 one. 2 ounces. Is that? Oh yeah, that's what we got here. 2 ounces. Rub a small amount between your fingers to create a creamy consistency, then apply to desired areas. Can also be used as an all-over body moisturizer. Again, paraben and synthetic free. A little goes a long way. I love that it even says that on the label. A little goes a long way. So very cool. Nice. So you can kind of see the consistency there. I can put, it's malleable enough for me to push into it, right? And it's a little more than a pea. Oops. It's all over my fingers now. All right, so I'm going to take this much and just apply it to my hands and probably my upper arms. Again, just like such a fresh scent. It's very, it does, she's not lying when she says luxurious, y'all. Like, see how shiny my hands are? Look at that. Beautiful. It feels great. I'm like, I just want to put it everywhere. It smells wonderful. Oh. Which again is super rare with tallow products. Like, it's hard to find things that are made from tallow that don't leave a stench behind. So great job, Lindsay. Love all of these things. Let me check something out real quick, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Ding, 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 ding. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that you should be able to use the code SJ10 for 10% off. Let's try this. Let's do it live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens. So let's just say that you're like, oh, SJ, that tallow deodorant looks like a great idea. Especially after I come back with my it lasted all day review, right? So let's see. We're going to add it to cart. I'm going to view my cart. Let's see if it'll show you guys my cart here. Yes. All right. And then let's try, let's see. Add a coupon. Okay. So let's see if this works. So it should be SJ10, I believe. Apply. Will that give you 10% off? Will that work? Did it do anything? No? Maybe? Yes? She might have used a different code because I think I asked if we could do this and she had another code. Let's try this one. Let's see what happened to A Wild SJ10. Let's see if that works. A Wild. Wait for it. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Maybe not. Let's see what happens. Maybe if I proceed to check out. It might have also already given me the 10% off, and I did because I didn't look at the total first. Did anybody see that happen? Add a coupon. Okay, maybe here. Okay, let's try this. A Wild SJ10. Do 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 do. Intermission music. Do 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 do. Oh, while we're waiting, I have something awesome to show you. This morning, I went out into my garden and I've been waiting to pick some of these. These are squash blossoms. So when you're growing a squash, right, or many other plants, so good. They flower before they turn into the fruit, most things. And the squash blossoms, you'll know when to pick these because as the plant is growing, you'll see just straight stems come up and turn into a flower. And then you'll see the fruit and the flower on the end of it. Right? So you want to keep the ones that have the fruit on it, you want to let those alone and keep those. And then the ones that are just a straight stem with a flower on the end of it, those are what you want to pick so that you can eat them. Because they're delicious. You can drizzle them with oil and bake them in the oven. I've seen people air fry them. You can bake them into cookies. All sorts of lovely magical things that you can do with squash blossoms. I love eating flowers. It's like one of my favorite things to do. So, all right, cool. Well, unfortunately, I don't know. I don't know what my code is or how to make it work. But I will put it in the description of this video so that y'all can, I get to pay it forward and you guys get to get a little percentage off of that. Other than that, I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to come out here, show off these amazing items that I got. I do also have, I have this other jar, but it doesn't say what it is. It might just be tallow. It could just be tallow. I'm pretty sure that's what this is, which is awesome. Like, I mean, I'm excited because if that's what this is, then that means that, like, if I wanted to, I could also, like, not that I have the time or energy, which is why I'm buying this stuff from Lindsay, right? Like, I could make my own whatever I want with this, or use it to cook, right? I really should redo this with Lindsay on my show. Because she's fantastic anyways, and it's been a minute. So maybe we'll have a redo. We'll do a restream. And maybe, I think I will do that. In fact, I'm going to have Lindsay on. I'm going to do like a what's happening now with these products. Like, have I continued to use them? Do I like them still? Is the deodorant holding up, right? Is the lip balm keeping my lips moist and kissable all day? Last thing I wanted to share was, again, Lindsay, thank you so much. She sent me, along with my little package, a bunch of seeds. So I'm going to be, depending on what seasonally I got here, echinacea, hyacinth beans. She says they've got really beautiful flowers, so I'm excited for that. Italian sweet peppers, fantastic. These will do great here in Southern California. Swiss chard, which I started Swiss chard. I think I started it too late in the season and it's just not happy. I tried, I think, spinach, arugula, and Swiss chard, and I just started them too late or did something wrong because it did not work out well here. Pest control, multicolored marigold. Love that. I already have a lot of marigold growing, but you can never have too much marigold in your garden, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what. And then radish, which is wonderful. Also perfect for micro greens, or you want to pick them when they're about the size of a quarter. About yay big. Delicious stuff. So that was my Vibra Farm unboxing video. I appreciate y'all. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you're having a wonderful week. Happy Monday. Keep your heads up and smiles on your faces and a song in your heart, y'all, because again, we are early. Take a step back. Take a deep breath. Remember that most of the world has no idea that any of this exists, or that, we're trying to change the financial structures, powers that be, and it's an important mission. And I still truly 110% believe that is a mission that Richard Hart is going to see through, and we get to be a part of that. I'm really looking forward to seeing all of us win a lot over the next, coming months and years. Again, I just mentioned this. I did a stream with Prairie Banana. Shout out the PTGC guys and UFO. Appreciate all the work you guys are doing. And, I just mentioned that this is a long-term game for me. I'm not here to become rich quick overnight. I love that I've found a sense of purpose in this community. I love that I get to do things that pump all of our bags, right? Putting on events and creating meetups and teaching, beginners how things work, onboarding people, right? It's important. So yeah, just all that to say thank you. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being, my audience, and for, supporting me and uplifting me during these times, right? I hope that I do at least a glimmer of that for people out here, right? Because it can be a very dark, dreary, disappointing, and fuddy kind of place, but you got to know where to look, right? You have to know that there are people out here working hard that are consistent, that have been doing this for years, and we're not about to give up, right? There's a lot to look forward to. And I think way more than anyone can imagine. Like, I really have got a great feeling that there is a whole lot that's going to be coming out as soon as it can about, what this community is capable of. So thanks again. I'll see you all in the next one, and keep smiling, friends.